I'd like to call on Congressman Don Fraser. For those of us in the Twin Cities, he needs no introduction, but most of you are from much further away. And I would just like to mention that he was in the Minnesota Senate for 8 years, the Minnesota State Senate, the U.S. House of Representatives for 16 years, and he then served 13 years as mayor of Minneapolis, which is the longest tenure in history. Don?
I'm not really that old. I just walk that way because I had a tennis game an hour ago. Arvon and I are both delighted to have a chance to participate tonight in this event where Leo and I are both getting old, but we are both still around. So I'd like to indulge in a few memories. Leo and Evelyn and a lot of university faculty started me on my political career. I ran for the state senate in 1954 because the incumbent senator was attacking the university. Margaret Harding, head of the university press, became my campaign chairperson. Mrs. Harding commandeered everyone she could into the campaign, including a young couple she and I both admired, Leo and Evelyn Hurwitz. That was, if my arithmetic part of my brain still functions, 53 years ago. And if my memory still serves me right, they were active members of the Second Ward DFL Club. Leo has always had cogent, down-to-earth comments on politics, both on issues and strategy. And I was delighted when he was named a Regents Professor. And that proves what an active political life can do for you. I noticed in looking at the schedule or the record of Leo's work, the fact that in 1968 he was at the Chicago Democratic National Convention. Not everybody in the room will remember that, but it was quite an experience. That was the convention in which there was rioting in the streets. It was sort of one of the critical points, politically speaking, with reference to our continued involvement in the Vietnam War. And Leo was on, as it's indicated here, was on the platform committee to help draft, at that point, I think, help draft a provision in the platform that the candidates could live with. I was been struck tonight by the international character of the people who have come to help honor and recognize Leo on his 90th birthday. It suggests to me that the involvement of people who work in our universities and who provide scholarship, that how badly that is needed in helping to manage particularly the international affairs of this nation. I've thought over the last few weeks, I guess a sentiment that others have shared, that this period of time in American history may represent the end of the role that we've played over the last 50 or 60 years since the World War II and all that ensued afterwards. My own perspective, and this is one reason that I counted Leo as a supporter, has been the importance of building an international system based on the rule of law and building the international institutions that can make that a reality. And we've come to a time now when the United States attitude and responsiveness to international concerns leaves a large gap and much to be desired. And with the changing nature of the international economic scene, I'm thinking that we need to begin to adjust to a new world that's going to demand the kind of collaborative, cooperative leadership that can come from the relationships we build across national borders. I cast some very controversial votes early in my congressional career. Leo never threw me out the door. He was always tolerant and willing to give me another chance. One of the initiatives we took, we started the first the first parliamentary exchange with the European Union, which we hoped would lead to a more effective dialogue. I don't think that's really happened, although there have been exchanges back and forth since. But it suggests to me that that's the direction in which we need to be moving. Well, this is not a night to be serious. It's just that Leo's support of my work, my admiration for Leo and Evelyn and their role in politics has always made a very strong impression on me, and how people deeply engaged in research and scholarship can also take the time to be a part of our active civic and political community. So Arvan and I are delighted to be here and to congratulate Leo and Evelyn, and hope for many more years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Don.